Hello everyone. So this reading is about Leonardo DiCaprio and why he cannot date anyone closer to his age group. And this is kind of mysterious, honestly. He ends up dating women until they turn 25, which is so, in my opinion, very, very creepy. And I always thought about it. Like me being a massive, huge fan of Leo DiCaprio, I always wondered what actually caused that kind of behavior in him. People of his age, they got married, got divorced, have a family. He never really had that. He lived like that eternal bachelor. So I just wanted to see what Tarot has to say about it. I know most of you guys are also very curious. That's why you clicked on this video. So I'm gonna be doing this reading off camera. I'm not really comfortable shuffling in on camera. Also, I don't have a setting where I can do the shuffle, but I'll shuffle. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the sound of the shuffling. So I think there are things that so many tarot readers are not really sharing about him or telling, or maybe they are not getting those messages. Um, so let's see what I can get. But before starting the reading, I want to confess one thing, that is, tarot reading can change anytime depending on what kind of action we are taking. So, what I'm gonna do right now is based off Leo's past and what is happening at the moment. Future prediction, it can change anytime depending on the kind of actions he will be taking in the future. So even if Leo, I'm not sure if he Googles himself, if he's reading this, if he's listening to this reading, this would be also a very helpful reading for him. And for my viewers right there, I'm not doing it in order to sneak into his life. I'm trying to learn something from his life. So my whole reason behind doing this reading is to learn something from his mistake, learn something from the good things he had done. So that's what I'm doing. Even though, let me stick to the real point. Why doesn't he date people his age group? Why doesn't he want to settle down in life? Though it's none of our business, but you know what? We are the fans. We want to sneak into their life. So let's see. I started shuffling the card, and the first card, High Priestess. Okay. And I'm gonna be, okay. I got the second card, which is Two of Wands. And I would also, okay, I got Ten of Cups. Okay, all right. So I think Leo, even though he dates like beautiful models, like models who haven't developed yet as people because they're always below 25. I'm not saying anyone below 25 is not mature enough for him, but he has extremely high standards for a woman, and his standards are too high that he always end up, and also he can't stay alone. With the Two of Wands, I can see he has hard time being alone. He can't just stay single. He needs somebody around him. When he was younger, his friends were taking care of that need. His friends, his mother, his co-workers. But now that he's older, their friends are busy in their own life. They're married and everything. So he needs someone in his life, even though his standard for marriage or having, like, the woman he wants to marry or have kids with is extremely high. His standards are very, very high, I mean, he's looking for a high priestess, not even a empress, not even a queen. Like, a very high priestess is the female version of the hierophant. So a very knowledgeable woman with, a witch kind of energy. Someone, I don't know how to explain that. Someone who is uh, very knowledgeable, and also, I don't think, let me pick another card. I don't think, also an empress. So I also got an empress. So someone who is knowledgeable in the spiritual world, and also in the materialistic world, like someone who knows how to balance it, right? His standards are extremely high. With that kind of high standards, it's so hard to land onto one person. But the reason he keeps shifting from woman to woman is because he can't stay alone. Let me tell you the reason behind it. This is what it is. He can't stay alone in his life. He can't be partnerless. With the Ten of Cups, I see he does want to have maybe not kids, but a family, a union, a relationship. Like uh, he wants to create a power couple. He was probably close to it when he was dating model Giselle Bundchen. That's I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right. He was close to that energy when he was dating Giselle, but he lost it. So, but he does want like that kind of like power couple situation, right? With the Ten of Cups. Well, let me get some more information. But why 25? Why not 35? Right? That's the. I mean, I'm very good because he's what 48 now. So why not 35? 35 is like fairly younger. Okay, so he is hanged. I see the hanged man card, which basically means okay. So it happens to some of us. I'm not sure if we have ever felt it. Um, when he was younger, he started getting all those fames, with Titanic or Word Sitting Gilbert Grape. He got his first Oscar nomination. So that was the best time of his life. He felt, because he was younger, everything was so fresh, and he just got it. Uh, he just wants to stay in that childlike phase. And who can give you that childlike phase? Another childlike person. And he's in that hangman energy. I'm not saying he enjoys it. I'm not saying that. Of course, anybody would enjoy a beautiful Victoria's Secret model, but he doesn't enjoy it. It's just his comfort zone. It's like when you go to a restaurant, you don't really want to try the new food because you were comfortable with one dish. So his comfort zone is a young woman who reminds him, who takes him back to that. He thinks they take him back to that younger version of him, but it actually is not the case. Doesn't They don't do anything for him. They're just being like those younger women. He has to end up taking care of. He's playing, even though we think he's like a Casanova younger man, whatever, but he just wants to recreate that childhood, which he cannot. Like Leo, if you're watching this video, I mean, you cannot. You have to get out of that hangman situation where you just want to date very young women to take you back to those younger days. He's like, if not the high priestess, if not the empress, if not that high valued, extremely knowledgeable, beautiful, like high quality woman, then I will just stick to this cute little beautiful young Victoria's Secret model. At least that adds to my status. um yeah, and women come to his life. I'm not saying all these women, with due respect, life is all about give and take. So everything, even if you're in a very loving relationship, you are with that your partner because they love you back, and you also like to accept that love, right? So these women come to his life knowing that someday he would leave them, or they would leave him, and they come here for some sort of a status. So, me being from the industry, I know that even putting that in your resume, saying I am Leo DiCaprio's girlfriend, I date Brad Pitt, or I date Johnny Depp, that kind of status in your life, that kind of rumors, even rumors can take you a long way. Like nobody knew who Camila Morone, that's her name, his last girlfriend. They usually come to his life because they can get some light, some kind of attention. So I'm not saying it's his fault. Like it's a give and take situation. No one's taking advantage of anyone here. Okay? Don't just blame him. Like with the lover card, him being an actor, I guess this is he wants to have that relationship. So He wants a high priestess, an empress with the lover card combined. He thinks very highly of himself, and his partner has to be that person, like a high valued person, like beautiful, knowledgeable, successful, loving, tender, caring. Like he wants all the things in the world. He cannot have them, but the problem is you cannot have all these things with money. Usually he gets his way with his money, and also he gets everything he wants with his money, and also persistence. So persistence, you have to be persistent with a woman like that. You have to find one woman like that first. And also, then with money you can't really have a grip of this kind of woman. I would say the kind of reputation Leo has dating women over 25, sorry, women below 25, or like the that kind of luxurious life, this kind of lifestyle ripple, like create ripple effect for a high priestess, an empress, a tender loving partner. Like women like that wouldn't want to date anyone like him. I think Leo has a lot of deep and dark, I mean good dark sides, like shadow self of him, which nobody gets to see. um, and people have taken advantage of him. I'm not saying women, but people in general have taken advantage of him. So he is very cautious. He has been in the industry since he was a child. All he knows is how to be cautious in the industry. So he hardly trusts anyone. So it's hard for him to like trust anyone who has brain. I'm sorry for saying that. Um, okay, so that's pretty much it actually. But let me pull another card. With the Ace of Pentacles, I see Leo now is ready to like understand, maybe through this reading, I don't know, that it's time for him to have a spiritual shift in his life. He needs to make that shift. He needs to understand, I need to get out of those Titanic, the beach, what's it in Gilbert Grape zone. You have to get out of those that age group, right? He plays father now. So he needs to understand that he needs to get out of those young boys, charming, chewing gum kind of personality that he had, and he enjoyed a lot for ages. He needs to get out of it and play the now he has to play the mature man card, like George Clooney did, in my opinion. He knows that now, and now it's time to see if he has anyone, like, I mean, has anybody created, like, is there anybody in his life who can uh, be that person for him? Like, has he met that woman yet? Women, oh, give me a second. A card just dropped. Oh my god, 3 cards. It's a live reading, guys, so pardon me if. Okay, so I got 3 cards. Okay, I see 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So